It's the focal point of your living room. Read our top tips for buying a sofa that works for you. Buying a new sofa doesn't have to be expensive, but it does take time and consideration. You need to pick a style that suits your space, a color you love, a material that lasts, and after all that, it has to actually fit through the front door. Get to grips with the various sizes, fillings and finishes before you commit to buy. Style is one of the most important considerations when choosing a new sofa. Don't just think about appearance, consider the scheme of your living room and the size of the space. Traditional sofas tend to have more decorative designs and come in rich colors and materials, such as deep red leather. If you like rolled arms, button backs or warm color schemes, these sofas are worth considering. Modern-style sofas are characterized by clean lines and neutral colors. If your decor is minimal and you prefer to steer clear of ornate designs, consider this type of sofa. They also tend to be easier to clean, and if you opt for deep-filled sofas, they will be very comfortable. Pros: a huge range of colors and patterns to choose from. Cotton and wool blend sofas tend to feel comfortable and are easy to clean. They are super durable fabrics. In our survey of more than 2,000 members who bought a sofa in the past 10 years, almost 80% of wool blend sofa owners reported that their sofa had no damage. Combining synthetic and natural fibers can bring out the best in both materials. For example, wool is naturally warm, and adding polyester can help it to hold its shape. Cons: natural blend fabrics, especially those including wool, are prone to pilling, so they do require some upkeep to remain looking as good as new. Leather. Pros: leather ages beautifully, it softens with age, and scuffs or marks only add to its character. Pros: cost-effective options are available. Once considered a poor alternative to natural fibers, new and innovative synthetic sofa materials are often brilliantly durable and low maintenance. Some of the most durable types include microfiber. Because of its tightly woven fibers, microfiber is a stain-fighting, color-holding champion. Polyester. Like microfiber, polyester is highly stain-resistant and durable, but it does need a little more upkeep than other options. Olefin. This material was designed to be an even more fade-resistant alternative to polyester. A great option if you want a brightly patterned or dark-colored sofa. Cons: some synthetic fibers can be less durable than natural ones. Faux leather. Pros: as a cheap alternative to real leather, faux leather can be an appealing choice. Cons: faux leather is prone to cracking, peeling and developing holes, so it's not very durable. In our survey, 45% of those who own a faux leather sofa reported that their sofa was damaged in the 10 years since they bought it. Although this isn't the most interesting part of buying a sofa, it's important to think about the filling, as it affects how comfy the sofa is to snuggle up on. The main three sofa fillings are fiber, foam and feather. Of all the fillings, foam provides the firmest support and a more structured appearance. Foam sofas keep their tailored shape, even with constant use. They require very little maintenance, although the occasional cushion turn will ensure the sofa wears evenly. You can choose the density of your foam depending on how firm you want your sofa to be. A higher density foam will be firmer, and better maintain its shape. All new foam loses about 15% of its hardness over the first 6 months of use. This means that a foam sofa may initially feel a little firmer than it might have done when you tried it out in store. Expect a foam sofa to lose a little volume over time. Feathers. Natural, luxurious and comfortable, a feather-filled sofa invites you to sit down and sink in. Feathers provide a softer, less structured look than foam. However, that sinking in feeling comes at a price. Cushions will need regular plumping and turning to keep their generous, rounded look and soft support. There are a few key factors to decide on when you buy a sofa, including comfort, size, quality and style. Buying online can be an advantage, because you have a huge range of styles to choose from. However, it's much harder to judge the quality and comfort of specific sofas. Should you try a sofa before you buy it? If you can, it's best to see a sofa in store before you buy. Not only can you check whether it's comfortable, but you can also get a better idea of what it looks like and the build quality. If you can't try the specific sofa you want, consider visiting a sofa store anyway. That way you can test different sofa fillings and materials. Our sofa reviews cover all the main brands in the UK and come from people who really own the sofas. They rate all the key features, including comfort, quality and durability. If you want to buy a sofa online or in-store, check out our Best Sofa Shops guide to get an idea of the brands that are most loved by their owners. It also includes information on brand guarantees and return periods. How do I know what size sofa to buy? The most important part of buying a sofa online is checking that it will fit in your home. Measure the size of your living room and make note of any immovable features or objects. It's best not to place your sofa in front of a radiator, as it will block heat. You should also ensure that your sofa will be a suitable distance from your TV. This will depend on the size of your television. Find out more about it. A 3-seater is considered a standard size, and will work well in most living rooms. When deciding what sofa length to choose, you should consider both the size of your room and how many people will use the sofa at any one time. You should also check the height, from the floor to the top of the sofa, and depth, from the back of the sofa to the front, before you buy. The average sofa is around 80 centimeters high and 89 centimeters deep, but you can look for different options if this doesn't work for you. What is the 2/3 rule for sofas? The 2/3 design rule for sofas says that your sofa should be about 2/3 of the length of the wall against which it's placed. In addition, like all interior design, this is not a hard and fast rule. You might not even want to place your sofa against a wall, but it's a good starting point when choosing a sofa for your space. When buying a sofa, it's easy to focus on design, but there are some practical considerations too. 1. Your appetite for maintenance. Velvet might look great in-store, but you'll need to vacuum and brush it regularly to keep it looking good. In contrast, earth-tone synthetic blends will stand up well to even the roughest wear and tear without needing a lot of attention. 2. The impact of sunlight. If you're lucky enough to have a living room with lots of natural light, remember that it could cause bright colors and designs to fade over time. 3. Access to your living room. Once you've decided on the right-sized sofa for your space, you need to make sure that you'll be able to get it there. Measure all your doorways and halls to ensure you can get your sofa inside. For your physical health, if you struggle to stand up unassisted, a riser chair or sofa could help. In addition, although a sinking-in feel can be luxuriously comfortable, styling your sofa starts with choosing the right one for your space. Then you'll need to buy the right accessories to dress it up. Click through our gallery for some styling tips. If your living room is small, create the illusion of space with a low-backed sofa with slim legs and a gap between the sofa and the floor. A common mistake is squeezing a large sofa into a space that's too small for it. Let your sofa breathe by giving it the room it needs. If space isn't an issue, then high-backed sofas look great in rooms with high ceilings. Modular sofas enhance open-plan rooms and offer flexibility, so consider a corner sofa with a removable chaise section.